Why are so many smart investors and even successful business owners still stuck with portfolios that go nowhere? They have built businesses, saved tons of money, but when it comes to crypto investing, it's a mess. Here's the real problem. Most people are trying to time the market. And I was just like you. I used to try to time the market all the time, thinking maybe this indicator will tell me exactly when to sell, or trying to predict where the price of Bitcoin is going to head by the end of the year. But the worst of all is that it feels just like any other job, one they have never signed up for. In this video, I will walk you through how I help one of our CVA members, a busy professional just like you, set up an automated trading system that is now generating an average of 10% every single month, without trading, without holding random coins, and without stress. Just a steady results on autopilot. That being said, let me show you how you can successfully set it up as well. First of all, how much funding do you have available to set up your bots today?
10,000 right now.
And you want to use the whole 10,000 for trading, right?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, awesome. And when it comes to your approach, do you want something that is more conservative, low risk, less time invested, or you want to shoot for something that is higher percentage, a bit of a higher risk as well, but you get to make more profits as well?
So I was reading the latest update you put out on the winners here, and I would say that I would be in this yellow-red category.
Awesome.
So medium to high, I think,
So what you're looking at right now is the winner list. Now you might be asking yourself, what the hell is a winner list? So basically, inside CVA, every single one of our members has access to the top performing coins. These are coins that we have done the testing and set up live bots with our own money, ensuring that they are actually profitable. Now, the winner list has 3 stages. First, low risk. These coins will usually earn you between 0.25 up to 0.40% a day. Then we have the medium risk. This is for members that have a little bit more time to invest into their trading bots, and they earn between 0.40 up to 0.65% a day. And finally, we have the naughty, the high risk pairs. In my opinion, these are my favorite, and don't worry, it's not like you're gonna risk your whole account. We still make sure that when we help you set up the bots, we give you the best settings to maximize profits and minimize risk. That being said, the high risk coins usually average between 0.60 up to 3% daily. And yes, if you're wondering, we do use a stop loss for the high risk coins. Now, let's get back to the video. So, perfect. So what we can do is we can actually set up one bot with just ensuring that it's done right with the coin that you found right now, time. And then we can set up another one from the winner list and then still walk you through the systematic approach. By the way, here's the thing. When it comes to high risk coins, there are ways on keeping the profit high while still minimizing the risk as much as possible. And the way we do that is, say, for example, time. That is a coin that has been trading since 2017. So it has been in a range between $6 and $12. It has maintained that range for more than 8 years. Yeah, for more than 8 years. So yes, it is a pair that has a low market cap, but if we can make sure that when we set up the bot, it covers that range, then it's a money-making machine.
Cool. Okay.
Awesome. All right, so let's do that. Let me go ahead and share my screen. We're going to go through the systematic approach on time, and then we will do another one from the winner list.
That sounds great.
First, when you're looking at charts, you just want to make sure that you have these timeframes, the 6-hour and the daily time frame. You want to be able to see the whole price action of the coin and see how it has been playing around over the last couple of years. So, for example, with time, what I can tell is that it has been moving in a range kind of like since 2023. So from here to here, it has been within this range of what we could call. So this is kind of like the first sign of what we're looking for. The longer a coin has been moving in a range, the better. So ideally, we're looking for something that has been moving in sideways for more than 1 year. In this case, this one has been moving for about 2 years. So it's good.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, You have it running in Coinbase,
Coinbase.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we go back to history a little bit more, we can see that it was already on this range in, let's see, but we can see how since 2023, it has maintained this range. And now how you figure out the grid range, because realistically, that is the first thing we need to figure out is what is the price action in percentage this coin will be going up and down. So how we do that is by zooming out. You can do this in the daily time frame if that usually is easier. And then just spot the most important support, like this one right here. And then a resistance that has been tested multiple times, but you don't want to go to the highest resistance. Maybe somewhere around here, somewhere in the middle.
Yep.
Do
Yep.
you notice
Okay.
here
Yeah.
one?
Yeah, I see that. Yep.
Like it has been tested multiple times. So again, we don't want to go to the top,
Yeah.
but when it comes to the support, we do want to choose the most important support.
And when you say most important, you're essentially meaning like the lowest support in this recent time.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Now, when we have these two lines, support, no, resistance, and then support, then it's really just a matter of with the price range, we can figure out what is the distance between these two. And this
Okay.
number, this 50%, this will be our grid range.
Okay.
Yeah, is that making sense so far?
That's very clear. Yep.
Yeah, so it's just logic. If this coin over the last 700 days, it has been moving within this 50% grid range, it's very likely it's still going to continue moving within this range.
Yep.
Now, this is a risky pair, therefore we need to use a stop loss below the support, and we also need to set up an exit confirmation, which is something that I'll get into in a minute.
And you in risky pair because market cap is low, right?
Yeah, market cap is low. Again, we compensate that by ensuring that the trading time is good. 700 days
Yeah.
of sideways movement, it's good. Now, obviously, if the coin was crazy in market cap, like a 5 million market cap, but
Yeah.
then the trading time is only 1 month, that would be a
Very high
definitely
risk.
extremely high risk. So no, yeah, that's
Makes
the risk by trading time.
that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, so and we do it in cycles. Okay, so just to keep it simple, cycles is from entry confirmation to exit confirmation. We use an indicator called the Smart RSI, which you already have access to. And we're going to set it up before the end of the call. So, but that should be much it. Like usually from entry confirmation all the way down to exit confirmation, the purpose is to secure the highest P&L. So when it comes to risky pairs like this one, sometimes we experience a cycle, we experience a P&L of 10% plus, ideally. And then the time, it depends. Like sometimes it's as short as 1 week, but it could also take up to 4 weeks or even a little bit more than that. But that's kind of like the cycle from entry confirmation to exit confirmation. And we get notified via email or SMS when we would be looking to shut down the bot and secure the profits.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah. A few examples on the cycle are, for example, let me show you here. So this is one cycle, 49% PNL in 34 days with the entry and exit confirmation of the 6 hour. This is just one cycle, yeah. Here's another one, 6 days, 11%, 26 days, 37%. So you see it varies, right? It could be as short as 1 week or even longer than a month.
Yeah, and what does the exit confirmation 6 hour mean exactly? I know there's the 6 hour chart, but is it I'm just making sure I follow that correctly.
Yeah, so all it really means is when we are looking to set up bots, we can either go through a bit of an aggressive approach or the conservative approach or somewhere in the middle. So usually when we have an aggressive approach, when we're aiming to make more than 0.60% a day, then we need to secure our profits faster. We need to secure our profits faster. So that is when we use the 6 hour time frame, which is this one right here, right? Because we need to get in and get out slightly faster than if we were trading a coin with, say, 600 million market cap
Yeah,
or 1
that
billion
makes sense.
market cap.
And so does tower, I know the chart, you're looking at the 6 hour, trades, but is the exit confirmation mean that you have a 6 hour window to exit as well? Or no
What do you
correlation
mean?
there? I guess the confirmation to me is saying like this is an instant time, like you should exit here. And so if it says 6 hours, does that mean that I have a 6 hour window to exit that trade? Or is there no correlation between the 6 hour chart and a 6 hour exit confirmation?
Yeah, so it's through the indicator, the smart RSI. Usually, here, I'll give you an example. So right now, as you can see, the level of the RSI is sitting at 48, right? Do you see that? And this is in the
Yep.
6 hour time frame.
Yep. Okay.
Okay? We're looking at the 6 hour time frame because we're potentially going to be setting up, if the backtesting result is great, then potentially we're going to be setting up this token. Obviously, if the backtesting is not great, then we're going to do something else. But yeah. Now, the entry is between the 50 and the 30 level of the smart RSI, regardless of the time frame you are in. And again, this is something we dive in more in detail in the module, which is exactly what you were missing. But this is pretty much what I in
Okay.
the module. So yeah, right now, for example, this token is sitting at the 48 level, which is in a good entry position. So technically we could set it up as long as the backtesting result is great, then we can go ahead and set it up.
Okay.
Okay, so the entry between the 30 and the 50 level in the smart RSI.
Okay.
Now, the exit is usually between the 60 and the 70 level.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So to give you, kind of like a better example, here, say we set up the bot here. This is going to be our entry confirmation. And this is going to be our exit confirmation right here. So the price necessarily didn't go up too much. It went up just like 5%. But it is what it do is that it's going to allow us to shut down the bot with the highest profit, with the highest P&L possible, because the bot will be able to place a lot of sell orders.
Yep.
So entry confirmation because of the RSI level right now sitting at 40, and exit confirmation because the RSI level right now at 40, 62.
I
So yeah, from here to here is one cycle. And the time frame or the trading time on this cycle was 11 days. Does that make sense?
Yep, it does.
Yeah, so this is exactly what we're gonna set up right now.
Okay.
We're gonna this bot with the 50% grid range. We're gonna backtest a few cycles. So from entry to exit, if the results that the cycles is giving us is great, like is ideally more than 1% daily, then we will set it up. If not, then we can look for something else.
Cool.
All right, so awesome. So yeah, this is one cycle here. I'm just gonna find a few more cycles. So here's another one. RSI sitting at 48, nothing crazy. And then here's an exit confirmation when the RSI was at 65, roughly. Let's see if we can spot another one. So another one would be here. And then the exit would be somewhere around, yeah. So trading time, 13 days, 11 one cycle, and here we got about 12 days. So you can kind of estimate, and we can do just one more cycle. So from here, and then potentially from here to here. So that was 8 days. But yeah, this is cycles. Is that making sense so far?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does take a little bit of time to fully understand how the cycle plays out. But here's the beauty of the system is once you have the settings, then there is nothing else you have to do. And you just repeat the cycle. So say, for example, you could have set up the bot here. You set it up with the exit confirmation, you shut down the bot, you collect the 20% or whatever the profit, then you wait until the exit confirmation, until the entry confirmation, then you restart the bot and just keep repeating the process. And you can keep using the same settings of the bot. Like you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You only have to figure out the settings once.
Very cool. Okay.
Yeah. And also, we are doing this process here because this is a coin that is not listed on the so. But usually, I already time to figure out the settings. But it's good because this will actually help you how to do it. All right. So say now we have the cycles. Now it's time for us to do the back testing. So we use the grid range, the 50%. That is what we figure out from support to resistance. So it's going to be 50% right there. And then we're going to backtest these. Then we're going to backtest these. And then these. And then finally, like we're going to backtest at least 4 cycles. So let me just, okay, turn on the backtester here. And that's what we're going to do now. So here. So for example, on this one, on this first cycle, what we're getting is, let's see, about 4% in 9 days of trading. That is 0.43% daily, roughly. But now it's where we have to double down on the back testing. So we have to actually figure out what are going to be the settings we're going to be using. So if we do 30 grid levels here, or P&L increase from 3.7% to 4.77%. If we increase the grid levels to 40, let's see what we get. We're getting almost 7%. So our average daily is increasing slowly the more grid levels we have. But this is only something we can figure out once we get into the optimization. We start playing around with the number of grids. So now let's do 50. Let's see how much we get. Okay, that is 4.62. Okay, so it seems like 40 grid levels will be the number we want to be using. 40 grid levels and 50% grid range. So pretty much those are the settings. That's what we have to use for this bot.
Do you ever, like, would you do, or can you even do odd numbers? Could you do 45 grid levels?
Yeah, you can also do that.
Okay.
Actually, that's usually a good idea. You can increase this slowly, 41, 42, and just keep testing within this range of 40. See if it potentially is getting you something even higher. But from what it looks like so
40 is the
far,
number.
yeah, it seems like 40 is going to be the number. Actually,
Oh, 40.
44, slightly higher, 44.
Okay.
Yep, but this is how we could do it. And also the backtester, what it tells you is the grid range, 50%. That is what we figure out from the resistance to support. And then all we do is really backtest the cycles and then figure out how many grid levels we have to use.
Okay.
Now that was the most difficult thing. And that was the hardest thing because now that you understand, I need to use the 50% grid range and I need to use 44 grid levels. All we really have to do is just backtest the other cycles we have here. So because we just backtest this one, now we
Yep.
need to backtest this one, and this one, and then we're done. All right, but I mean, so far results wise, it seems good. Like in my opinion, I think. What are your thoughts on the results?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's meeting the metrics that we've defined. So,
Yeah. Yeah. It's averaging about 0.78% a day. Obviously, nothing crazy is going on here. We don't see a huge pump in the market. We didn't see a 100x. It's just normal price action that has been happening for the last 600 days, anyways.
yeah.
All right. So now let's do this one here because we're done this one. Let's do this one. So I'm gonna move my grid range like this. And like I said, it's gonna be a lot easier this time. And then I'm gonna go to a smaller time frame and let's see what we get here. So yeah, in this cycle, it was pretty slow. It barely made it any profit, not even 1% in 13 days. So that's not a good sign. For
Hmm.
example, we ideally every cycle should be getting us the percentage we're looking for. So not a good cycle. We don't have to double down. We don't have to figure out the settings of the back tester because we already did that. So I'm just going to move on to the next cycle. Here we can see 2.7% in 11 days. Not really good. If it was a high value market cap coin, then maybe, but we're supposed to be looking for something with
More
good returns. So
volatility.
it's not good. Let's wrap it up with one more cycle here. Let's see this one. Maybe this one does better. It really doesn't. It's
Yeah.
0. Yeah, you can see it's kind of like averaging between 0.20 to 0.25% daily. So, do we have another cycle? No, we don't. So, yeah, but that's so far what we got. So it really just performed well in one cycle, and then in the three other cycles, it didn't perform well.
Yeah.
And oh, hold on. Oh, my bad. Okay, I messed up.
Oh, we're on the wrong coin.
No, no, no. We were in
Oh,
the right coin, but we were on KuCoin, and in KuCoin, it has a lot more trading volume. So usually in Coinbase tends to be a lot better performance.
oh, interesting.
Yeah. So okay, let me just briefly set up this. Okay, that's why I was wondering. Like it seems pretty good in KuCoin in Coinbase, but okay. Set up this line. So we've got one cycle. There's another one. Here's the last one. Actually, it might be a lot more than what we thought it was going to be because the exchange where the coin is being traded, it matters a lot.
Yeah, and that was a question I had in why do coins, is it just purely a matter of like people that are in those exchanges, like that the market size in, so like if a lot more people are in Kraken than they are in Coinbase, then the volatility of a coin might be higher in that, in Kraken or something because of that? Because that's what I didn't understand was how come the exchange has such an influence over the action of a coin?
It
Okay.
all comes down to traded volume. So, for example, you can see that it just makes sense, right?
Yeah, yeah,
I-
it does.
In KuCoin, the same coin we're looking at right now, it has $65,000 of traded volume, but in Coinbase, it has 25,000. So
So it's going to be a lot
that
more volatile in Coinbase because the traded volume is so much lower.
exactly. And let's actually prove if that is right or not. It proves to be correct because in the second cycle, it wasn't performing great. And here is performing slightly better. It's still not
Yeah.
great, but it's slightly better. It's averaging almost 2% in 12 days in the second cycle. Let's see in the third cycle, it's 3.26%. And then let's do one more cycle, 8%. So it's gonna perform better in Coinbase, but I wouldn't say it would be worth it to set it up still.
And why is that?
Because first of all, it's a low market cap coin of 9 million. So it's a risky pair. And if we're gonna be using a risky pair, we might as well shoot for a percentage that is worth the risk.
Got it. Got it.
Um, but yeah, this is the whole systematic approach. I mean, we still figure out the settings, 50% grid range and 44 grid levels. And we can see that in the last cycle of this coin, it actually performed better, 8% in 13 days. But we did see a bit of an uptrend on this one. So, just pure sideways, like if we only take into consideration sideways, it potentially averages 0.33% daily. So it's not really there.
Yep. Okay. That makes sense.
All right. So now, since that didn't work out so well, what we can do is we could set up one of these. So it could be Moose or Lit or Index, one of these coins here with the
Okay.
5K. Yeah, but that was the whole systematic approach. That's really what we go over in each and every single one of the coins. Does that make sense, or how do you feel about that?
Yeah, principally, yes, it all makes sense. Now, now it's a matter of starting to see it over and over again and start to put it into practice. So yeah.
Awesome. All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and set up these two here, Moose and Lit, which let's see, actually Lit it's pretty well in the yeah, Lit is pretty solid, and then we can also do Index here. Index is averaging way above the 1% on a daily basis, so we can do those ones. So let's see. Oh, but Lit is only in it's not in Kraken. No, it's not in Coinbase. Do you have a Kraken account?
I have a Kraken account, but I haven't actually funded it or
Okay,
exchange. Yeah, I just haven't put any funds in it.
no worries. So we're gonna do Moose and then we're gonna do Index. Those are gonna be the coins we will set it up. But here, let's go ahead and share the screen. I'm just gonna walk you through the settings so we can set it up. Okay, yeah, and that's funny because it's averaging 0.20% roughly. And that's kind of how much we got on the back testing. All right, so let's turn this off. Yeah, great bot. And when it comes to the first bot we're gonna set up, if you go to the winner list,
Yeah, give me 1 second because this did this earlier. I don't know why. And now it says it's connected. Okay. For some reason,
click on portfolio.
my exchange got disconnected earlier, but it looks like it's connected. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. You just had the balance in USDT. That's why it wasn't showing you anything.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
USDT.
configure. Yeah.
All right, so let's go to the first coin, index USDC. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna use 5,000. And now let's go to the winner list and let's see what is it telling us, 55 and 53. So that is actually a great step. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
55 will be here. Amazing. Yep. And now the grid range is 53. So we're going to use that 53% as the smart launch. So just making sure we have a few red lines above market price. And it would be, yeah, first step is move all the way down, maybe a little bit higher, just in case. Yep. Now
Just a quick
graph.
question. I remember
Yeah.
in one of the, I remember, I thought it was in one of the videos you talked about having like just one red line.
Yes. Yeah. And we do that, but first we need to set up the grid range.
Oh, okay. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So now using the smart launch, let's go ahead and use that 53% in the grid range.
So sorry. Are you saying right here?
No, the grid range could be done manually. So we're going to click here. We're going to search for the price range. A price range. Click there one more time. This one.
Price range. Okay.
Yes. And from high price all the way down until we hit a 53. So click on high price all the way down. Okay, we're going to do it one more time. Click here. Search for the price range one more time. This one. So from high price, I'm gonna throw all the way down.
Oh, okay. So all the way down to 53. I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
How do I shoot my,
You might want to readjust the chart here, just
yeah.
the other way. Perfect. Now it's for sure gonna get us. There we go, 53%. Yes, it
And
doesn't
does
have to be exact.
okay.
Yeah. Now we have the grid levels 55. We have the 53% grid range, but you have to make sure you adjust it. Yes, amazing. And now it's when you make sure that you have between 2 to 5 red lines. So you just want to make sure that you have those.
And so these two are enough then?
Let's see. Yes, that's perfect. Yep.
Okay.
Yep, that's perfect. Let's see. Now we can do back testing as well on this one, just so we can figure out how much we can potentially get on this one.
Yeah, 1 second, if you don't mind. I just wanted to look at this. So, okay, so That's the
Oh, it's
55.
55, 53.
Oh, 55%, 53 grid levels, 55. And then do I need to change? This says grid levels 55, and I think this said 53,
Let's see.
1.54.
And how much are we getting right now?
We're at 55 grid levels at
Mm,
1.4.
let's adjust the grid step then. Let's use the grid step that we're getting on the winner list. That seems perfect. We can go ahead and click on continue.
Backtest?
Sure, we can backtest it as well.
Okay. And then how many are you usually looking at? 31, and then do you look at 7 and 3 or?
So this is why we don't use the Bitscap backtester, because we backtest through cycles, like actual
Right.
performance that we can get. So let me go ahead and share my screen one more time, and then we're going to backtest this one in cycles as well, in the 6 hour cycle, so entry and exit. So this one, just so you know a little bit of context, in the last cycle, so from entry to exit, right? It made, so you can say this was the entry, and somewhere around here was the exit. We're using the same settings that you have right now, 53. So and we are getting 8.79% on the actual P&L from the last cycle in 9 days. So
9 days.
that's,
Okay.
yeah, so that's roughly what we're looking for, around the 1% daily.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, just as a reminder, don't, like, if you want to practice on Bitscap, that's fine. But it's not going to make as much sense as actually backtesting through cycles as we use it here.
That makes sense. Okay.
Awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and share the screen one more time. We're going to start the bot and then set up the exit confirmation on this one. So,
Okay.
yep, start the bot. That's perfect.
Oh, and we didn't turn, did we turn trailing or anything on or
Yes, it's by default. What we forgot to add was the stop loss below the low
stop loss?
price. Yeah. While this is loading, let's go back to trading view and then we're gonna set up the stop loss. Let's set up the exit confirmation. So we're gonna go to the coin. Yes. Now make sure you are in the 6 hour time frame. So click there. Now click on indicators, invite only, smart RSI. Yep. Close this. And we are going to zoom out a little bit. We're going to add the exit confirmation here at the 65 level. So let me show you how that would work. So go to alerts, create a new alert.
Is this alerts? No, that's notifications. Sorry. Really? There we go. Where is alerts at? Oh, right here?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Click
Okay.
there. And then we're going to change the condition from price to smart RSI. Yeah. And then we're going to change the start the bot signal to shut down the bot. And then we're going to click on create. Yes. Double click here on the alert. Just want to make sure we got something. Yeah. Go to notifications, send email. Yeah. And then optional, you have the SMS. Go back to settings
Where's SMS at?
here.
Oh, some plain text. Perfect. Okay.
We're going to save that. Perfect. And that's about it. The alert has been successfully created. So now we're just going to let it run until we get that exit confirmation.
So, okay. Sorry, I don't, how did it know at 60 or above? What did I click that set that alert to know at 60 at a 60 or above?
Usually it
Or it's
comes
just
with
it's a setting in RSI.
yeah,
Okay.
it came custom built from the
Okay.
indicator.
Okay. Got it.
So
Okay.
now, yeah, we're just going to let it run. We're going to let it do its thing. And then we will shut it down once we get that exit confirmation.
Do we need to go back and relaunch it with the was it do stop loss or was it something else we didn't set?
Yeah, we need to add the stop loss on this one. So click on bot actions, modify bot, and then just check the stop loss, and then that should be it. Just continue and
Okay. Confirm. Okay.
All right, awesome. So let's go ahead and set up one more bot if from the winner list. Let's see what we got. Then I'll let you kind of handle this one a little bit more, just making sure that it's supposed to be in Coinbase, but I think it's as a perpetual contract. It's not as a spot. So that's probably why it's not showing up now. All right, then we are going to do most. Yeah, use.
So on setting price range, then what was the logic there? Are we going based on where we are today or
Yes, where the market price is sitting at right now. So
where the
maybe,
mark? Okay.
yeah, go slightly up. It doesn't have to be perfect
Okay.
as long as we're
Okay.
slightly up market price. And then making sure we get that 50%. So that one is going to be right there. Perfect.
50%. Okay. And then
Yep,
price
readjust.
down here. I'm at 100 grid levels right now. So
Yeah, and that seems perfect. Yeah, that should be about it. Just set up that stop loss and continue and start the bot. I think that should be it. Continue, start. And now, as this is loading, let's go ahead and set up the exit confirmation on this one. Yeah, that should be it. Click on create. And yeah, that should be all.
very
So if
cool.
you want me and my team personally walk you through this system one-on-one, give you access to top 10 performing coins, private indicators, weekly calls, and one-on-one support, we just opened 10 brand new spots inside CBA. To apply, all you have to do is click the first link in the description, book a call either with me or my team, and we'll see how we can help you set up an automated trading system that earns an average of 8% a month, without holding any cryptocurrency or taking a single trade yourself. If not, no worries. God bless you. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.